Apricot Service Manual 6I. Preface. This service manual contains all the information required for the after-sales service that is required to maintain the high quality and reliability of the Apricot Executive Microcomputer. It is assumed throughout this manual that all service personnel involved in the maintenance of the Apricot already have an in-depth knowledge of digital electronics, with particular emphasis on microcomputer techniques. This manual contains information relevant to the total Apricot range. Illustrations and photographs used are of the twin floppy drive version. Please refer to relevant sections for variations. ACT International Limited wishes to acknowledge the cooperation of the following companies for giving their permission in allowing the reproduction of their proprietary information: Sony UK Limited, National Panasonic UK Limited, Texas Instruments Limited, QED Product Design Limited. The information in this manual is subject to change without notice and does not represent a commitment on the part of ACT. The software description in this manual is furnished under a license agreement. The software may be used or copied only in accordance with the terms of the agreement. It is against the law to copy any disk supplied for any purpose other than the purchaser's personal use. Copyright Applied Computer Techniques, PLC, 1983. I. Contents. Chapter 1, General Description, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Specification, installation, safety precautions, recommended tools and equipment, assembly and disassembly, electrical system, electronic system, memory map, setup procedures, troubleshooting, diagnostic programs, expansion boards, Winchester appendix, a monitor B disk drive, C parts list, DP/SUE circuit, diagrams, wiring diagrams, index R greater than index, assembly and features, 1.2, disassembly 5.1, fuses 3.2, AC, sub, assembly 6.3, floppy disk, controller 7.13, async cable, installation 2.1, connection 6.19, interconnection, block diagram, Apricot 7.2, 2, diagram 6.2, conversion 240 volts to 115 volts, 6.4, I/O, section 7.11, connectors pinouts, 6.6 EO, port address 7.20 circuit diagrams, E1 IC catalog 7.23, disassembly modem cable, rear panel 5.3, connection 6.19, AC sub, assembly 5.4, memory 7.6, motherboard 5.5, memory map 7.38, chassis bridge monitor, a 0.1 assembly 5.6, mnemonics 7.34, disk drives 5.7 parts, description 1.5, front bezel and door 5.8, main chassis 5.9, printer cable power supply 5.9, parallel 6.20, handle 5.9, serial 6.2, 1, speaker 5.9, processor structure 7.7, monitor 5.10, parallel interface 7.14, keyboard 5.11 parts, list C.15.12, power supply E.1 5.13, recommended tools 4.1, diagnostic recommended boot prom equipment 4.1, documentation error codes 9.1, specification 1.4, programs 9.5, safety precautions 3.1, disk drive B.1, system outline 7.3, electrical system 6.1, sound generator 7.11, serial interface 7.18, earthing 6.5, setup procedure 8.1, expansion and information 6.16, electronic system 7.1, timer 7.16, -1 dot underscore dot G underscore E underscore NN underscore E underscore R underscore A, underscore L, underscore D, underscore E, underscore S, underscore C, underscore R, underscore I, underscore P, underscore T, underscore I, underscore O, underscore N, underscore dash dash dash, dot 2, I2, J, I features 2, specifications 3, individual units, general description R, NI features, processor architecture 8086, running at 5 megahertz, 8089, IO processor 8087, optional maths coprocessor memory 256 kilobytes expandable to 768 kilobytes, mass storage 1 or 2 3.5-inch Sony, Mirco floppy disk drives 315 kilobytes each, or 1 or 2 3.5-inch Sony double-sided micro floppy disk drives 360 kilobytes each side, display I/O 9-inch green, P39 phosphor with anti-glare filter 80 characters by 25 lines, resolution 800 by 400 pixels, 1 by R, S232 V-24, serial port 1 by 8-bit, Centronics parallel printer port, optional onboard modem with auto dial, 2 expansion slots, 1 mouse port, keyboard, soft QWERTY keyboard with 8 fixed function keys and 6 touch sensitive keys labeled by LCD microscreen trademark, built-in 4-function calculator, time/date display with battery backup, safety/radiation standards, meets U, LVDEBS 415, CSAFCC-B11, apostrophe semicolon semicolon, L1F, apostrophe 1, general description 2, specification physical dimensions, systems box 16.5 inches, 43.5 centimeters wide by 4 inches, 10.6 centimeters, nigh by 12.5 inches, 33 centimeters, deep monitor, 10.5 inches, 27.7 centimeters, wide by B.5 inches, 22.5 centimeters, high by 10 inches, 26.4 centimeters, deep, keyboard, 16 inches, 42 centimeters, wide by 2 inches, 5.3 centimeters, high by 7 inches, LB.5 centimeters, deep weight systems box, 14.21 pounds, 6.5 kilograms, monitor, 9.11 pounds, 4.1 kilograms, keyboard, 3.31 pounds, 1.5 kilograms. Power requirements 200 to 240 volts, AC 47 to 63 hertz, or 100 to 125 volts, AC 47 to 63 hertz. Power consumption 100 watts, 115 volts or 230 volts input temperature range, operating 5 to 37 degrees Celsius, storage minus 20 to 60 degrees Celsius, humidity operating 20 to be 0% H at 29 degrees Celsius non-condensing, GNEFL DS Grofron IL 3 individual UNRFS 11, monitor 2, system unit 3, keyboard 4, microscreen TM5, touch sensitive keys S6, fixed function keys 7, door 8, brightness control 2, I.IL, I9, video cable 10, keyboard cable 11, keyboard connector 12, Centronics connector 13, serial connector 14, video connector 15, mouse port 16, mains switch 17, fuse 18, mains. Input 16, 18, 17, 1 to 11, general description systems unit external 1, systems base 2, systems cover 3, rear panel 4, fascia bezel 5, door 6, expansion plates 7, handle 8, base, clip 9, base button 210, keyboard cable clips gf.nf.tilde ldf.sc /u yenflon iln tonl apostrophe toltbxter1l:li11 monitor base c /2 monitor base 3 moni.torco apostrophe jcr4 puesta /I semicolon exclamation point general description keyboard external 1 keyboard bezel 2 keyboard base 3 battery cover 4, contrast wheel 5, reset button 6, reset plate 5, 4, tilde tilde 6, general description RN systems unit internal 1, disk drive 2, power supply 3, motherboard 4, AC subassembly 5, main chassis 6, chassis bridge 7, expansion slots 8, loudspeaker L18, fill general description monitor unit internal 1, wireframe monitor 2, top screen 3, bottom screen 4, LH monitor bracket 5, RH monitor bracket 6, video cable 7, brightness control 8, Sunflex screen 8, general description RN keyboard unit internal 1, keyboard assembly 2, keyboard cable 3, battery connector 4, battery 5, reset, switch 6, brightness control 7, L, C, D, microscreen, I underscore underscore, E, tilde installation, R, N. Each computer is carefully adjusted and strictly inspected before it leaves the factory. Correct installation is extremely important to maintain the high degree of reliability and performance inbuilt in the machine. Note the following recommendations. 1. Ensure the line voltage is within the voltage marked on the outside of the systems unit. 2. To maintain data integrity, the computer should be operated in an electrical environment not subject to large voltage transients on the line. A normal office supply is perfectly adequate. Avoid close proximity with heavy industrial machinery such as presses, arc welders, etc. 3. Ensure the operating temperature is not exceeded and that the temperature of the machine is allowed to stabilize for approximately 30 minutes if it is moved from one extreme to another. 4. Do not obstruct any of the ventilation grills. 5. Under no circumstances must any liquid be allowed to enter any of the units. 6. Operating the machine in an abnormally dusty atmosphere will substantially reduce the life of the disk drive and the media. 7. The plastic case of the machine can be cleaned with a damp cloth. Under no circumstances use an abrasive cleanser or solvent. 8. Although the Sony micro floppy disks are extremely robust, a few precautions will ensure a long and trouble-free life. 1. Keep auto shutter closed at all times. 2. Never touch the oxide surface. 3. Do not exceed their temperature range, i.o. degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. 4. Do not expose the disks to any magnetic field. 5. Do not attempt to clean the disk surface. This may result in damage to the disk drive heads. In general safety precautions, fuses ill power supply. Safety precautions W. General safety precautions 1. The ACTI Apricot has been designed to meet all international safety standards, including UL, VDE, BS, 41S, CSA, and FCC-.B radiation standards. 2. It is recommended that installation of any expansion boards or modifications be carried out by an authorized dealer. The end user should not dismantle the units. 3. Replacement parts should be of the type and rating specified by the manufacturer to prevent the risk of shock or fire. Refer to Appendix A for important safety precautions on the monitor. 4. All earth connections should be maintained to the original specification. Refer to Chapter 6 / exclamation point T semicolon tilde colon tilde colon colon safety precautions. IT fuses 1. There are 3 fuses within the whole computer, 2 in the system unit and 1 in the monitor. Warning: remove power cable before servicing. 2. System unit. The main system fuse is readily accessible on the rear panel. The carrier is of the screw-in type and requires a flat-bladed screwdriver to remove. Type 20 mm slow blow, 240 volts, -T2 amp dash, part number 1100211111SV-T 3 amp dash, part number 1100272213. Power supply. The power supply is protected by its own fuse within the power supply casing. Since the power supply will automatically shut down in the case of an external fault, the failure of this fuse indicates a fault within the unit itself. Under no circumstances replace this fuse, but change the unit as an assembly C overleaf for safety precautions concerning this assembly. 4. Monitor. The monitor is powered from the plus 12 volt rail off the system's unit power supply. This rail is protected by a fuse within the monitor itself. It is located on the PEB under the high voltage block component, type -1U by 2, amp, part number 1, 1040021. Safety precautions, Renil power supply. The XT Apricot utilizes an Aztec AC 9335 power supply module. Appendix D gives a full specification of the unit. The unit is of the switch mode type, and very high voltages are present throughout if it is envisaged that any kind of testing or servicing be carried out with the top cover removed. The following precautions should be taken. 1. Use 1-to-1 isolation transformer in the line. 2. Service only in a high voltage test area. 3. Incorporate an emergency off switch. 4. Disconnect all earths from test equipment. 5. Take every precaution to minimize shock hazard. It is highly recommended that in the case of failure, this unit should be returned to the distributor for repair. Recommended 1 meter LEs L to _O_L_S_Q_I_E_E_T_A_L_J, recommended meters, tools, and equipment. In addition to a standard service engineer's toolkit, the following equipment is required to maintain the ACT Apricot 2 component level. Oscilloscope, double beam, 50 MHz frequency counter to repair the Sony disc, drive. A toolkit is available either direct from Sony or from ACT. This comprises the following: Sony description, part number M, FD, checker 2, J rotary, knob J, -6, lead screw, tool J, -6, 09-1, 36-OA, motor speed adjuster 7-, gear driver, J-6-O, A-level disc 8-9, alignment disc 8-96, O-009-32, cleaning disc 8-9, ACT, part number, head extension cable J-0, a standard disc, dummy pad, weight, hex torque driver, power cable, 1 interface cable, tension gauge, 1 tension gauge, 7-732-050-10, bench power supply giving -12 volts at 1 ampere plus 5 volts at 1 ampere. Complete kit order as _I_A_S_S_E_M. Disassembly was B, TY, D, RES, LJI rear panel and top cover, that's AC subassembly, L motherboard, 4 chassis bridge, 5, disk drive 6, front bezel and door, 7 main chassis, power supply, loudspeaker and handle 8, monitor 9, keyboard assembly and disassembly W, general recommendations. 1. Disconnect from main supply before disassembling machine. 2. Unless specifically noted, reassembly is the reverse of disassembly and will not be described unless necessary. 3. Do not mix screws, length, diameter. 4. A number in parenthesis, thus 4 indicates the number of screws to be slackened or removed to remove that particular part. R tilde 1. Assembly and disassembly I rear panel less than plus greater than tilde. E tilde 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 F. G I2 tilde C colon 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 equals J dash and J form 1. Remove M4 by 12 millimeters screws 3. 2. Allow rear panel to tilt backwards and remove top cover by lifting it rear slightly and disengaging lip from front bezel. 3. Remove AC input connector on PSU and all earth leads. Assembly reverse of above procedure. 2 AC sub Assembly 1. Remove back panel as in Section 1. 2. Remove M3 by 6 mm screws. 4. Assembly reverse of above procedure. For earthing arrangements, refer to Section 6, page 4. Assembly and disassembly R&M motherboard 12T 3 4T 5 F 67891. Disk drive B. Power 6. Keyboard 2. Disk signal 7. Syntronics 3. Disk drive and power 8. Serial 4. Loudspeaker 9. Video 5. DC power 1. Remove back panel and top cover as in Section 1. 2. Remove M3 by 6 mm screws from rear edge of motherboard. 5. 3. Remove power and ribbon cable from both disk drives. 4. Remove DC power cable. 5. Remove loudspeaker cable from motherboard. 6. Slide out motherboard while feeding ribbon cable under chassis. 7. Remove relevant cables as they become exposed. Assembly reverse of above procedure. IR:GL. Assembly and disassembly for chassis bridge. Assembly 1. Remove rear panel and top cover as in Section 1. 2. Disconnect power and ribbon cables from disk drives. 3. Slacken M 3 by 6 mm screws. 4. 4. Lift chassis bridge assembly away from main chassis. Assembly reverse of above procedure. Assembly and disassembly. Disk drives. 1. Remove chassis bridge assembly as in Section 2.4. 2. Remove M3 by 6 mm. Screws P. Drive. 4. 3. With assembly tilted vertically, as shown in above, slide out disk drive. 4. Eject button and spring will be left in front bezel note orientation of button. These components are a loose fit. Do not lose. Warning: chassis is jigged in factory. Do not move inner side cheeks. Assembly 1. With assembly tilted vertically as shown, install eject button and spring orientating button correctly. 2. Slide disk drive between side cheeks, taking care the LED correctly locates in its aperture. 3. Reverse of above procedure. I assembly and disassembly. 6 front bezel and door 1. Remove disk drives as in Section 5. 2. Remove door springs. 2. And door pivot screws. 2. 3. Remove M3 by 6 mm screws securing chassis to front bezel. 6. 4. Door can be separated from front bezel by carefully springing open the door slot. Assembly reverse of above procedure. Assembly and disassembly. 7. Main chassis. Power supply. Loudspeaker and handle 1. Handle 2. Loudspeaker 3. Power supply 3-1. Remove rear panel and top cover as in Section 1. 2. Remove chassis bridge assembly as in Section 4. 3. Remove M4 by 12 mm screws. 4. Securing main chassis to base molding. 4. Remove DC power cable and loudspeaker cable. 5. Lift off main chassis, taking care not to damage sliding. Handle. 6. Power supply is secured to the main chassis from beneath by M3 by 6 mm screws. 4. 7. Loudspeaker is secured by self-tapping screws. 4. S handle is secured by M4 by IS millimeters screw. 1. Assembly reverse of above procedure. RCC tilde. 1. Assembly and disassembly V M monitor -E T QO. 1. Brightness control. 4M 3 by 12 10L R-2 1 / LJ it .J L I tilde rear 1. Brightness control 2. 4 M3 by 10 mm 3. 4 M3 by 6 mm 4. 7 self tappers 5. Cable assembly 2. Assembly and disassembly W1. Remove brightness knob. 2. Remove top cover. M3 by 12 mm screws. 2 at rear of monitor. 2 within handle recess. 4. 3. Slacken self-tapping screws. 8. Securing top metal screen. 4. Remove brightness control from top screen. 5. Unplug cable assembly and disengage grommet from base molding. Detach screen from chassis. 1. 6. Remove 3 by 10 millimeters screws securing front bezel to side cheeks. 4. 7. Remove M2 by 6 millimeter screws securing base molding to chassis. 4. 8. Lift away front bezel together with Sunflex screen. 9. Lift away side cheeks and monitor assembly from base molding. 10. Monitor assembly has a bottom screen plate secured by self-tapping screws. 2. Assembly reverse of above procedure. I. Assembly and disassembly 9. Keyboard 01. Remove battery cover and battery. 2. Remove M3 screws securing base molding to front bezel. 7. 3. Carefully separate the two moldings, unplug membrane keyboard, and lift off front bezel. 4. Withdraw keyboard assembly, disengaging brightness control and reset switch from reset plate. 5. Remove reset plate and grommet from base molding. 6. Unplug cable from keyboard assembly, removing screw 1, securing earth to frame. Assembly reverse of above procedure, assembly and disassembly, MUIJ1. Mouse port 2, keyboard cable 3, touch keyboard 2, dash tilde 4, 1 dot reset plate, 2 dot reset button, 3 dot contrast button, 4 dot keyboard, cable 5 dot base, 1R dot dash, backslash underscore E, underscore L, underscore E, C, underscore T, underscore R, E, underscore C, underscore A, underscore L, underscore S, underscore Y, underscore S, T, underscore E, underscore M, tilde I interconnection, diagram 2, AC, subassembly ill conversion from 240 volts to 11 SV 4, earthing 5, cable connection 6, expansion, details 7, async, cable 8 printers, electrical system dub, I interconnection diagram 321, disk 2, disk 3, loudspeaker 4, PCB 24. Interconnection diagrams, cable forms, and connector pin details are included to aid the engineer in providing a quick and efficient repair. Electrical system, OV to power supply casing, L power supply. DC power, 8 mains in from AC subchassis. 1-2, AC subassembly. This assembly contains 4 parts which are mounted onto a metal plate. 2 of these parts are dependent on the mains input voltage. Refer to section IL of this chapter for conversion details. A. The fan is a 12-watt device and designed to extract air from the unit. B. The switch will be illuminated when the unit is switched on. C. The fuse holder is a 20 millimeter type and made from fire retardant material. D. The filter has been designed to both reduce mains transients and reduce the reflected noise from the power supply back to the mains. It will accept a standard IEC mains connector. This chapter also contains the correct earthing diagram, which should be adhered to at all times. Refer to Appendix E for the AC wiring diagram. Electrical system W IL 240 volts to 115 volts. Conversion warning: remove power cable before converting. It is recommended that this conversion should only be carried out by an authorized dealer. There are only 4 parts which require either changing or modifying to convert the apricot from 240 volts to 11 SV. Modify change power supply, yes, no fan, no, yes, switch, no, yes, input, fuse, no, yes, ACT, part number, voltage, part 2, 140 volts, fan 11001521, switch, input, fuse, 11002121. The input fuse rating is T2 amps dash 240 volts, T3 amps dash 11 SV 11 SV 11002252 11100262 1110027211. To modify the power unit, remove apricot covers as indicated in Chapter 5. 2. Remove screw located by the DC power cable. 1. 3. This will allow the lid to be removed, which is retained by 3 spring clips. 4. The 240 volts / 11 SV Molex link can now be found at the rear edge of the PCB, adjacent to CS-C7. 5. Select required link and reassemble. W electrical system 4. Earthing arrangement notes. A C-ASCII pin 110014-11, 240 volts, pin 110024-11, DEV-AS-002, \P/N: 110004-41, DEV-CB-006. Star washers are required to ensure good electrical contact between touching metal parts. 8. Cables. 2. Lock nuts, pin 11, 001621, 4 off, are required on fan studs. 3. Cable ties, pin 0, 3 off, are required to keep wiring clear of fan blades. Power supply cable pin 110001-41, DEV-CB-00S, cable pin 1, DEV-CB-00D, cable pin 110010-41, DAV-CB-OL2. See power supply, DWG for mechanical details, DIV-ACE-003, pin 110046-11 NF Aston, on main PCB ACT sheet 10F1 ISS.2, DEVAS-OOL, date approved 3118/83, 17110/83 ACT, electrical system RNV connector pin, dash outs 1 dot, serial port, pin signal 12, TXD3 RXD 5C, TS4 RT S6 dot. DSR 78 DCD 15 RX C20 DTR 24 TX C13 25 14, direction frame ground transmit data, out receive data, in clear to send in, ready to send out, data set, ready in signal ground carrier. Detect and receive clock in data terminal, ready out, transmit clock out, IJG, ~1 electrical system 2, Centronics port 18, 1, 36, 19 pin.